Hey guys, welcome back to Trails to Azure. So last episode, we did a few jobs. The theme park mascot needed help. We killed the monster that's in the quest crossbell, and we also had an interaction with Kia wearing penguin stuff suit, whatever. And she was the most adorable thing ever. Anyway, moving on, we're gonna go into one of the quests actually. So we did this already. So we're gonna do this one. Chief Tolta. I think we just gotta go to the residential district. Yep. Excuse us, you put in a request for the special support section. Oh, hello there, SSS. I can't tell you how glad I am that you're here to help with this again. Yes, thank you very much for coming. Can you tell us what's happened since yesterday, Chief Tolta? I understand there was a new development in the case. Yes, that's correct. I fear the situation is more dire than we originally thought. I'd like to discuss it in depth with you all right away. Would that be alright? Yeah. Right now is fine. Please fill us in on the details. Yeah, you mentioned that the situation has changed since yesterday? That it has. Yesterday evening, I went to the Ash Tree Inn in another attempt to persuade Derek. I told him that Minute character was far too suspicious and that he had to break ties with him. You didn't beat around the bush, huh? That then, huh? Not for a second, but in the end, Derek still refused to listen. However, I did learn something new, and so I hurry here to discuss the matter with Mr. Hayward. Something new? Has Minute taken some form of action? What Chief Tolta told me caught me off guard, if I may be frank. Minute's grip on the village is far tighter than we had given it credit for. Would you mind elaborating? From what we learned yesterday, and several villagers already trust him. Has it gone further than that? Well, you see, Minute has not only secured a private property on Old Armorica Road, but also the deeds to numerous plots and fields in the village itself. The what? As shocking as that is, one question comes to mind. How was he able to pull off something that big? Good question. From what we know, Minute pitched a plan to increase Armorica's lotus production, as he puts it. By slowly accumulating deeds to the villagers' farmlands, he could expand the lotus fields and streamline their harvests. Moreover, management of the plots themselves would be contracted to the Quincy company to reduce the required labor. That does line up with what we heard yesterday. At first blush, it sounds like a pretty good deal for the villagers. Yeah, too good to be true. As long as those deeds are in Minute's hands, he can abuse the land in any way he wants. There'd be no coming back from that. Indeed, the man cannot be trusted by any means. Had he solely focused on that private property of ours, even the worst case scenario wouldn't be too terrible. But now that he's using plots of land within the village, the results could be catastrophic. You guys might be shit out of luck when it comes to breaking that contract though. That's where you come in. If you can expose him, then perhaps the contract can be voided. I know there's nothing criminal happening on the surface here, but even still, can we ask you to look into this? Well, the SSS has never actually been all that beholden to CPD protocol. Our job is to support the citizens when they request it. You've given us enough reason to find Minute suspicious, so we'll gladly help. Thank you, Mr. Detective Bannings. All of you have been our village guardians angels. Where should we begin the investigation? I'm a bit at a loss on that myself. Me too, it's not as if we have any smoking guns to look into. True. In that case, why not ask Ian for assistance? Do you mean Mr. Grimwood? Yes, granted we're only working off our suspicions at the moment. But if you explain the situation to Ian, maybe he may be able to find a trace of something illicit in Minute's actions. That sounds like a good idea. Even a shred of evidence against Minute would be a good starting point for the investigation. I should warn you though, Ian's been incredibly busy ever since the mayor advocated for our independence. There's no guarantee he'll have the time to see you. Only one way to find out, off the Greenwood Law Office. Maybe we'll catch him. Yeah, let's go pay him a visit. We'll leave you to it then. I'll ask my business associates if they heard any rumors about Minute and or the Quincy company. We would appreciate that. Thank you, everyone. I'm so powerless in all of this. It's just pathetic of me. Don't worry, Chief. We'll handle it from here. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Dun, 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 dun. The name of the quest is One Born Every Minute. I guess. Alright. Grimwood. What's up, Ian? Mr. Bear. Oh, Mr. Grimwood. We were afraid you might have been out of your office. Ah, yes, I was just in the middle of taking a much-needed break. It would seem you're in desperate need of my counsel. Is it really that obvious? I've seen those looks on your faces coming through my door countless times by now. Please take a seat. I might be busy, but I'm happy to lend you an ear. Our apologies and thank you. Lloyd and the assassins, yada yada yada. They also mentioned the Minute had been collecting deeds. I see. This is quite a predicament the village has found itself in. A case such as this would typically be a top priority for me, but as you know, I've been busy this past week drafting up a preliminary constitution for the mayor. I apologize, but I won't have the time to handle the case. Personally, that's unfortunate, but we understand. We suspected that that would be the case. Still, even just a consultation would be helpful. Very well, I'll give you any advice I can while you're here. We appreciate it. So, do you have any insight on this? At this point, there's no evidence Minute engaging in any unlawful activity, at least as far as we can tell. Is there something we're missing? I do have an idea. Damn, already? Possibly. And an Erebonian contact of mine once provided me with some reference material for a similar case. Though I can't say the circumstances are an exact match, any lead that could help us with the investigation is a good one. If you think this other case is worth mentioning, we'd be happy to hear about it. Very well, I can hardly refuse you all. From what I can recall, several years ago, a man visited the estate of an Erebonian baron. He introduced himself as Rittner, an enterprising businessman working for a famous brewing company. Rittner represented the baron with an opportunity to become rich beyond his wildest dreams, and quickly at that. He proposed that the baron's barley fields, which had been passed down the family for generations, be used to establish a brewery. The facilities would be constructed on the barony, and his family would be responsible for managing them. That was the idea, anyway. Hold on a second. What you're telling us is awfully reminiscent of what's going down in Armorica. The baron accepted the deal and signed Rittner's contract. Then, under the pretense of constructing the brewery, the fields and portion of the baron's land were temporarily transferred to Rittner. Moreover, the baron converted his assets into capital for the sake of getting the business off the ground. However, Rittner soon disappeared with both the deeds and the capital, never to be seen again. The hell? The baron and his family panicked after suddenly losing contact with Rittner. At the time, they had no idea of the gravity of what was about to unfold. To their shock and surprise, they learned Rittner had sold the deeds to a third party. The land was to be repurposed into a villa resort, so today it stands as a part of suburb instead. In the end, the baron's family racked up a substantial debt. Before long, they had lost their entire territory. With that, the family was stripped of their rank and they vanished without a trace. Jeez. Damn, that's one hell of a story. That man conned them into giving up their property and sold it right under their noses. Who would even do such a thing? Crazy people. Your investigation immediately reminded me of that case. One person lies to earn another's trust before running off with a large fortune. It's a common strategy for committing fraud. Yeah, fraud? If this case is the same, then Minute may not be a Quincy company employee at all. He would simply be a conman trying to swindle Armorica for all they're worth. Precisely, I can't say for certain that's the case here, but I'm concerned it might be. I agree, there are too many parallels between that story and our case. It'd be best if we shifted our focus to investigating this as a potential act of fraud. That changes the kinds of leads we should be looking into. Exactly, as far as Minute goes, there are two major areas that stand out to me as suspicious. First, that plan of his. We need to find out whether or not he's actually done anything to establish this Armorican honey company. We could probably figure that out by following the Mira trail. You have to apply for a bank loan to open a business in Crossbell. If it's all a sham, then we'll find the evidence we need at the IBC. The other point of concern is whether Minute's actually an employee of the Quincy company. The Quincy company's headquarters are in Crossbell, though, so that'll be a little tougher to ferret out. I may be able to help with that. We should try stopping by my grandfather's home. The McDowell estate? Why? There should be a brochure about the Quincy company there. It outlines how the company operates. We may be able to find some useful information. What's something like that doing in your grand's pad, Mademoiselle Ellie? Well, because I happen to enjoy making sweets, alright? I once took an interest in the Quincy company, so I ordered one of their brochures. Last I recall, it was on a shelf in my old bedroom. Then again, I doubt a simple brochure would have all the information we need. I wouldn't be so quick to discount the possibility. It's official. It's official Quincy company material. You might be able to find something that conflicts with what Minute said. It never hurts to cover all your bases. Agree, let's drop by the McDowell estate too, and see how it pans out. Thanks for all the invaluable advice, Mr. Grimwood. Because of you, we finally have some leads to chase down. Always happy to be of service. Just to confirm, you said you were using the Hayward residence as a base of operation, yes? Yeah, we are. Very well then, I'll lend you my help with this case for as long as time permits me. Though unfortunately I can't make any promise given my other responsibilities. That's not a problem at all. Huh? You've already helped us immensely. It's nice having a professional in the neighborhood we can lean on. Yeah, in the beginning you were like, oh, so do I talk to you when it comes to get me out of jail? Fucking Wazzy. I'll try to meet up with you at the Haywards later. Good luck with your investigation until then. Thanks, Mr. Greenwood. Okay, let's get this investigation underway. To start, we'll need to go to IBC and look into Minute's plan regarding the Armorican honey company. It'll be a good idea to swing by the McDowell estate for that brochure too. Something in there might contradict Minute's words. That gives us a total of 2 leads to follow up on. Roger. Alright, let's go to Ellie's house first. I think it's this one. Yeah, their house is the only one with a dumb statue like this. It's a horse statue, right? Or stallion? I don't know. It's kind of weirdo. Is this your room? I think this is not her room. I think this is her room. Let's see. Oh, here it is. This is the Quincy company brochure I mentioned earlier. Dang, they even had this sucker bound. Can't say that you didn't put any effort into the thing. They have ample resources to do so, considering the size of the company. Whatever is written inside should be sufficiently credible. And it's a good thing we stopped by for it. Alright, let's take a closer look inside. As the leader in confectionery manufacturing, the Quincy company strives tirelessly towards its next innovation. This brochure aims to briefly introduce the methods and creeds that drive our passion. We believe the key aspect of any confectionery is its taste. Otherwise, how could anyone enjoy it? With this belief as a core tenet, the Quincy company refuses to compromise on the quality of its products. Our factories are fitted with the latest company equipment and operated with the utmost attention to hygiene. Here at the Quincy company, we are particular not just about the quality of our ingredients, but where they are sourced as well. Our product development pipeline too is run with the strictest of standards. Prototypes are personally sampled by our executives who, after many meetings, decide whether a product is worthy to go to market. Only then can they reach the production line. This has been Quincy Company tradition since its founding, such that we may deliver our valuable customers nothing less than the finest confectionaries to enjoy. It is this commitment to excellence that has made the Quincy Company the exceptional confectioner it is today. I'm not sure what we were expecting this. This is all just your typical corporate double talk. Did anybody manage to find contradiction between this and something Minute has said? Not in particular. Maybe coming here for this brochure was a waste of time after all. Actually, I did notice something. You did? Oh, I get it. You just activated the old detective mode and bam, right? Well, don't leave us hanging. What'd you find? If you remember what Minute told us at the hotel yesterday, the answer is obvious. It was only a passing remark, but it still comes into a major conflict with what's written in this brochure. Enough to prove that he isn't in fact an employee of the Quincy Company to begin with. You get that much out of this one little pamphlet? That's right, you see, if Minute... Sorry to cut you off, but where's all the fun in spoiling it all now? I know, right? What are you talking about now? Well, if I'm being honest, it's annoying that you're the only one who's figured it out. So I want to give the rest of us a chance and save it when we interrogate Minute. Wazzy, this is an investigation, not some game. It's a fucking game to me, Lloyd. I agree with Wazzy actually. Your hypothesis might not be accurate after all. As a precaution, we shouldn't let ourselves be swayed by a mere hunch. Not to mention, I don't appreciate you stealing the spotlight with your detective mode, as Randy put it. What if I get the feeling that second comment was the real reason she doesn't want me to share? Fine, if you two insist. Instead, I want you all to consider everything we learned so far. I'll summarize the main points of the brochure in the detective notebook. All that's left for us to visit the IBC. Let's see what we can find out here. Lead the way. Fine. Alright. This is the IBC. Let's go talk to Lanfei. Hello again, SSS. What can I do for you today? Well, we'd like to ask for the IBC's cooperation with an investigation we're working on. Will it be possible for you to do an account search for us, Lanfei? We're hoping to look into some suspicious mirror transfers from certain depositor. You want me to pull up a private information on one of our clients then? Doing so is within company policy if it's related to a criminal inquiry. But would you mind telling me the details of the situation first? Not a problem. I see. I believe I understand the circumstances now. Will this be sufficiently probable cause for us to conduct a search? Cracking down on these kinds of things is in the bank's best interest too. Fraud would damage your reputation. You are correct, and this is related to a legitimate investigation. I can't help but you'll have to settle for me simply telling you what I can pull up on my terminal screen here. That's more than enough, if you would please. Very well. First, let me search for an account registered under the name Minute. Our Morgan Honey Company, subsidiary of Quincy Company. There we are. We do indeed have an account open under that name. Hold on. What happened? Did you find something incriminating? Well, I don't have the authority to tell you the exact balance on the record, but I will say that the Morgan Honey Company has no more than the minimum deposit in its account. What exactly does that mean? Basically, corporate accounts require an initial sum of capital to open. In this case, that base amount is all there is. From what you told me, that would leave tens of thousands of mirror unaccounted for. Minute has the construction of the factory, management of the fields, and more to cover. It is simply impossible for any minimum deposit to be capable of financing all of it. That much is clear. And despite him holding the titles to the land and signing several deals, the balance hasn't changed a single time. Suspicious, to say the very least, by which I mean this account appears to have been made for the sole purpose of gaining Derek's trust. Things clearly aren't adding up here, in more ways than one. Yeah, this is just kind of the evidence we needed. We appreciate your cooperation, Lanfei. Not at all, I'm glad I could be of assistance. Should you ever require anything more, please don't hesitate to ask. Well, we'll keep that in mind. Okay, now we have the material. We now have material on every suspicious aspects of Minute and his plan. Let's make our way back to the Hayward residence. Got it. All right. So this is gonna be a lot of questioning. So let me go and save. All right. Hey guys. Ah, it's the SSS. There you all are. Mr. Grimwood, I'm glad you can make it. You can make it. Did you just get back yourself, Mr. Hayward? Yes, I finished asking my business associates about the matter at hand. How did things go on your end? We were able to round up a few leads thanks to Mr. Grimwood. How about you, Mr. Hayward? I did just the same in the matter of speaking. You see, I'm not quite sure what to make of it all. Well, you went through the trouble of digging up that info, so you may as well share with the rest of the class. Agreed, the information may be beneficial to our investigation. I suppose you're right. I asked my business associates if the name Minute rang any bells, having never heard of it myself. What they informed me is that he's been making inquiries into a certain market since arriving in Crossbelt. And what market would that be? Land prices in various locations throughout Crossbelt. Land prices? He sounds more like a real estate agent at this point. Why would a Quincy Company employee even need that kind of information? The answer to that just might be instrumental in helping us figure out Minute's true objective here. You think so? It's certainly something worth considering. Incidentally, I may have discovered something else of note since we last saw one another. Huh? Harold, Chief. Could I ask you to help me find something in my office? At your office, Ian? I don't mind, but is it important? Well, it isn't substantial enough to prove anything in and of itself, but we may be able to use it as a final nail in the coffin once you've pinned Minute down. You really got something like that up your sleeve, Grizzly Grim? Possibly, we may not make it in time, so please don't wait for us. You ought to get to Armorica Village as quickly as you can. If Minute is the criminal we think he is, then his plan could very well be in its final stages as we speak. I'm confident, however, that the evidence you have on hand will be enough for you to solve the case. Best of luck. Got it. Thanks. Okay guys, off to Armorica. It's time to reveal Minute's true colors and stop his phony deals. Right. This whole incident has Chief Tolta worried sick, but I suppose that's only natural. This involves not only his village, but his son as well. Still, too much stress can ruin your health. I'll do what I can to keep him calm. Where's Colin? There he is. Oh, we have honey. Yes, it's so sweet and yummy. Alright, let's go to Armorica. Where's my car?
Yosh, ikuka.
Wait, who's this? Ryu? Oh, it's just you guys. Phew, you scared me. I thought you were Momo for a second. Right, Ryu, this is part of the SSS building. You can't slip in like you own the place. Come on, Lloyd. Sharing is caring. No! Now, do your pal Ryu a solid and keep quiet about where I'm hiding, okay? Don't be a narc. But I am a narc. I'm a fucking cop. Playing hide and seek with Ryu and Henri. But I can't find them at all. Where did they go? You're playing a hide and seek. You're supposed to find them. But here's Henri. The last time we played hide and seek, it went on until the sun went down. I wonder if Momo will actually manage to find us this time. I don't know, they're easy to find here. Ryu is right over here. Don't be a narc. Kids these days, I swear. Damn it, did they already close the deal? You 6 again. The special support section. Derek, Minute, we have a few things we like to ask. What kind of agreements were you hoping to conduct today? Meddling in my affairs on my father's behalf again, are you? Please, Derek, there's no harm in answering their questions. After all, our plan has already been set into motion. And what do you mean by that? Right, before you all arrived, Derek and I finished signing the requisite paperwork. In doing so, we have arranged to expand the operations of the Lotus Fields lent to me by the villagers. The Quincy company will then offer to take over the management of the fields. What? You sign away the rights to almost all of the villagers' agriculture. Is this really what you want, Derek? What are you talking about? Nothing is changing. I'm only transferring management of the fields to him. Yes, of course. It's quite simple, really. With my company harvesting the honey, we'll be able to streamline the production of the candy. A temporary transfer of the land rights to my company is a necessary first step to facilitate the process. Or a crafty bastard. The scheme has reached its final phase, which means... Now then, Derek, I'll be delivering this contract to our main office. We'll be in touch come tomorrow. Look forward to good news. Sounds great, I'll be waiting. Lloyd, can't let him get away. Before you go, Minute, we have more questions. Oh? What may they be? Well, for starters, are you aware of any allegations leveled against you? The primary of which, of course, is suspicion of fraud. What? That's absurd. How dare you insult Minute like that? Now, Derek, please calm yourself. Minute. Special support section, was it? What could possibly make you suspect me of being a common criminal? Surely you have some manner of proof of your claim. That we do. Intriguing. Why don't you tell me all about it then? First, let me remind you that I am an imperial citizen. If it turns out that your allegations are indeed entirely baseless, I will do what I must to right that indignity. Police officers though you may be, that's fine with us. Lloyd, don't worry, Ellie, let me handle this. Based on our investigation, there's no doubt in my mind that Minute is guilty. I'm going to expose him as the fraud he is and show Derek the truth. How very glib. If that's how you want to play this, then go right ahead. I'll answer anything you like. Well, your first question. About your actions in Crossbell. There's contradiction between what you said and what you've done. Could you please recount your actions for me? A contradiction? Very well. Since arriving in Crossbell, I have been cooperating with Derek to advance our plans. Set plan will result in the formation of the Armorican Honey Company, a subsidiary of the Quincy Company. It will specialize in producing candy made from Armorica's high-quality honey. Combined with my company's acumen, it is surefire success. The venture has already been approved by the city and is just about to prepare to launch. Tell me, what is so contradictory about that? Well, everything in this plan is more like a charade from where I'm standing. Our investigation has uncovered a key discrepancy in what you just said. You see, Minute? Yep, you want to choose this one. It's confectionery acumen? No. That the plan is underway is this one, yeah. The records we look into at the IBC reveal your mistake. You say this plan is prepared to launch. In reality, it hasn't actually made any progress at all. The IBC? What are you talking about? Consider this, if the Quincy Company truly did intend to go through with this plan in Crossbell, it would need a loan from the IBC to fund the construction and development of the subsidiary. Well, yes, of course. I registered the company with the city and opened a corporate account. But that's as far as you went, isn't it? The account for the Armorican Honey Company contained no more than the minimum balance required to open it. While we weren't told the exact amount, I would speculate that it's only in tens of thousands of mira. Just how are you planning to build a factory and run a business with so little starting capital? You look into my IBC account? This can't be true, can it? Minute? Please don't misunderstand, Derek. I never said there was any credence to their claims. I'm merely commenting on the audacity it takes to do something so invasive. Forget that. Explain why there's hardly any mirror in that account. Being an executive of the company, I must be especially judicious when moving money around. As such, I can't take out a loan on behalf of the Quincy Company. Of course, I will be securing one from the IBC once I receive permission from the main office. Oh, yeah, that makes perfect sense. A deaf evasion. Don't count us out just yet. I can tell Minute is getting frustrated. If we continue to press him and pile on the evidence, we can get him to crack. That look on your face tells me you have something more to ask. It just so happens that I do. That was far from our only point of contention about you, Minute. Still not satisfied? Don't let them rattle you, Derek. This will be a good opportunity for me to clear your mind of any and all doubt. Next, I'd like to ask you about you, Minute. You said that you're an executive of the Quincy company, but is that really true? Wait, what are you implying? Are you trying to say that Minute isn't associated with the Quincy company at all? That's what our evidence points to. Oh goodness me, I didn't expect you to say something so outlandish. How about I show you my business card and employee ID? Those articles could easily be forged. Regardless, we have evidence that would supersede either of those. We found it in a Quincy company informational brochure. An informational brochure? Oh yeah, the one in Mademoiselle's room. We recorded the main points in the detective notebook. The brochure comes directly from the Quincy company's main office, so there's no doubt as to its authenticity. What's more, there's a clear discrepancy between its contents and what you told us yesterday. What I told you? That's right, something you mentioned made it clear to us that you aren't the executive you claim to be. His dislike of sweets. Yeah, it's this one. Allow me to quote a statement you made yesterday. Despite working for the companies, I've never been one for sweets. Do you deny this fact? Float, how exactly is that relevant? That's right, I don't care for sweets. What of it? Are you trying to say that someone who dislikes sweets could possibly work for a confectionery company? A confectionery company in general may be, but not this one in particular. What are you on about? Who do you work for? The confectionery police department? This was what was written in the brochure. Prototypes are personally sampled by our executives, who, after many meetings, decide whether a product is worthy to go to the market. Isn't that curious? What is that? Wait. It doesn't make sense that somebody like Minute, who dislikes sweets, would be hired by a company like Quincy, not with a tradition like that. Wouldn't you agree? No, I mean, I never said I hated sweets. Yeah, bullshit. Sorry, I just to adjust my mic. That's not going to work on us. You admitted to not liking them in this very conversation. How stupid do you think we are? Ugh. So that raises the questions, why would you lie about being an executive of the Quincy company? It's simple, you intended to gain Derek's trust before ripping him off. This is the only deduction I can make based on the evidence. As for the confectioner seeking to make use of Armorica's honey, the Quincy company was merely a name with weight to it. One that Minute threw around as a show of credibility. Minute, what is the meaning of this? You tricked me. Derek, don't allow yourself to be deceived by these scoundrels. Would you just call us? I mean, think about it for a second. Let's say, for argument's sake, that I did come to Armorica Village for the purpose of founding a fraudulent honey company. If that being the case, I had an ulterior motive in deceiving my very good new friend Derek, then what was it? Why would I go to such ridiculous lengths? If you have no proof to back your claims, then you have no right to call me a fraud. You should arrest yourself for slander. We do bear the burden of proof, as well as providing a viable motive. As far as the motive goes, I think I have a pretty good idea. What? Are you sure, Lloyd? I barely even started untangling everything that's going on here. Just let Lloyd be the detective and you be the muscles, okay, Noel? Don't worry, I got this. The person who pointed us in the right direction today also went to retrieve the final piece of the evidence we need. The last piece of the puzzle that'll oust Minute once and for all. Quit with the mumbling. If you have something to say, then out with it. With pleasure. You went to all these lengths to deceive this village with one goal in mind. Peddling knockoff orbital cars. No, it's fine. It's this one right here. Seizing land rights. Yeah, he just wants the land. He just wants the land. Your true objective here is obtaining the land rights to Armorica Village itself. What? A trader we know named Harold Hayward gave us some information about you. Immediately after arriving in Crossbelt, you, Minute, started looking into land prices throughout the state. If you were employed by the Quincy company in search of new business ventures, this would make no sense. So why do it? I can only think of one possibility. Seizing land was your aim from the very start. It was? Of all the outrageous schemes, there's more to it. Armorica Village is surrounded by its scenic beauty, making it a high-value location. Suppose the deeds were sold to a third party as a prime real estate for a villa resort. How much more do you think they would go for? Land like this? I would estimate somewhere in the tens of millions of mira. That said, I don't think the villagers would ever agree to such an arrangement. Exactly, that's what made this whole fraudulent ruse, painstaking as it was, a necessity. Now, if we assume your motive was to obtain the land itself, your actions would become that much more clearer. First, you obtained the rights to the lotus fields, the farmland, and the village private property. Then, under the pretext of returning to your company's main office, you vanished from Crossbell entirely. Finally, you sell the deeds on the black market and pocket the hefty sum of the mira for their worth. That, Minute, has been your plan the entire time. Ugh. Minute, I can't believe what I'm hearing. Lloyd. Is that? What's up? Thank goodness, it looks like we made it in time. Derek? Father, Mr. Hayward. Are you from Mr. Grimwood's office? I'm his assistant, Pete. He would have come himself, but he had to get back to drafting the Constitution. Did you come with the evidence? That we did. Ian said this would prove to be a useful insurance. You're all going to want to take a look at this. Pete produced a photograph for everyone to see. It was of a man who looked like a merchant with the same face as Minute. The man in this picture is... Why do you have this? A reporter Mr. Grimwood knew in the Empire gave this to him a long time ago. However, the name on this photo isn't Minute, it's Rittner. Rittner? I feel like we heard that name recently. I remember. It's the name of the man who stole that Erebonian Baron's land, the one Mr. Grimwood told us about. Oh yeah, that dude. That's right, I asked Ian about it again and he said there's no mistaking it. Well, this is a plot twist I wasn't expecting. Lloyd, why don't you do Minute the honors? Tell him the only thing in this photo could mean, with pleasure. The reason the man before us, Minute, and the man in the photo, Rittner, look identical is they're twins, no. They're the same person! I mean, technically, Minute and is Rittner in disguise, but they're the same person. Minute and Rittner are one and the same, that's the only explanation. And it's because they're the same person, their MOs are such close match. Mr. Grimwood came to the same conclusion. This man must have swindling down to an exact horrible science. You're a crook, Minute. As such, you'll be charged with attempted fraud. This, of course, on top of the fraud you previously committed in Erebonia. I can only guess how many skeletons we'll find in your closet when we get done with you. I would very much like to hear all of the details in the department's interrogation room. Damn you! I'm a professional, my work must be flawless. You did meddlesome brats! Minute. Don't get too full of yourself just yet. You may have won this time, but I won't be apprehended so easily. What? Come, my lovely beasts. What? Monsters? They appear to be well trained too. These cougars, don't freaking tell me. No. Derek! Chief told us it's too dangerous. Do you have any idea what you're doing? I know precisely what I'm doing, hence why I'm doing it. Oh, and don't think for even a second about trying to fight me. That is unless you don't value the lives of Derek and the villagers. Now step aside if you would. Fare thee well, or we shall never meet again. Derek! Damn it, we can't just let him escape after him. No, he managed to get away. I've never been so frustrated. I can't believe a spineless coward like him gave us the slip. At least none of the villagers were hurt. Let's look at the silver lining. What a mess. If we come across him again, he won't be so lucky. For now though, let's regroup with Chief Tolta and the villagers so we can report what's happened. Yeah, that's a good idea. I can't thank you all enough for what you've done today. I'm guessing he's involved with the Jaeger, with Red Constellation, because the dogs are like red dogs. That's why Randy's like, it can't be. It is no exaggeration to say that you saved the village from the clutches of that con man. Though he still got away in the end. Yes, but now the department knows to keep a lookout for him. It should only be a matter of time before he's caught. Derek, I made a great mistake. I made a terrible mistake. And I put everyone through so much trouble just so they could fix it. I let that man rope me into his scheme. It nearly cost us all our livelihoods. Don't be so hard on yourself. You're not the one who's guilty. Wrong. It's my fault completely. No two ways about it. I was so desperate to fix and reform Armorica that I ignored my father and almost drove it into the ground instead. I have no right to become the next village chief. That is where you're wrong, father. I've been so stuck on the old ways that I never tried to hear your proposals for what they were. I've known the village will go under if we maintain our current course, and yet I've done nothing. It is my inaction that drove you to do this. Thus, I must bear a large share of the responsibility for letting it happen. That's very admirable, Chief Tolda. Thanks to this crisis, I finally realized where I went wrong. The welfare of this village cannot hinge entirely on the ideology of single, stubborn old man. So instead, Derek, I would ask that you provide me with your input as well. We will each contribute our ideas and discuss them with the villagers. That is the only way we can ensure a future for Armorica. You're right, I'm so sorry, Father. From here on out, I'm going to dedicate myself to the betterment of the village. I'm happy the two of you were able to reconcile. Haha, same. Makes almost losing your whole village to some crook worth it, wouldn't you say? Rosaki and Muzzy. Learn how to read a room. I'm really sorry about him, I swear. We tried everything. At any rate, we owe you all an enormous debt, so allow me to express my thanks once more. I also owe my gratitude to Mr. Grimwood. It's a shame he couldn't be here. I'll pass your thanks on to Mr. Grimwood and let him know what happened. Even if I only play a minor role, I am glad I could be of assistance. I look forward to our continued partnership, Chief Topta. Same to you, Harold. If you could keep lookout for a minute, just in case he returns, and of course, you can always contact the SSS if you ever need our assistance. Hopefully, it'll never be for anything related to this ordeal again. We'll be sure to keep you in mind. Well, I'll be tarred and feathered. Minute was a swindler all along. I say about this orbital truck, I bought it from him. What do I do with it now? If I remember right, you bought it for 50,000 Mira, while the market value is closer to 500,000. That is a bit of a problem. For the time being, it would probably be best if you turn it over to the police. Since it was sold and purchased through a legitimate transaction, it will probably be given back to you in the end. True, though whether the truck is legal in the first place will need to be investigated as well. Alright, I'll go on ahead and contact the police then.
よし
Man, I feel bad for that guy.
さあ行くぞよし着いたぞ
Oh god. Alright, let's see if I get the whole point. Dun, 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 dun.
皆さんそれではわわ
Let's
大
see.
変でしたね
That's fine. That should be fine. Yes, 4.
ランクアップですね
True Gladiator
おめでとうござい
Belt.
ますお疲れ様
Alright, let's do the other one. Package Pandemonium. Alright, let's go to Ursula Road, I think. Excuse me, are you with the Capua delivery service? Yeah, dude, it's Capua. Yeah, I am. Who are you guys? We're with the special support section of the Crossbillow Police. We came to speak with you about the support request you submitted. Oh, it's you. Thanks a bunch. I'm in a real bind here. The job's going to take a while to complete though. Are you ready to start now? Yeah. Of course, you can count on us. The request was about some misdelivered packages, right? Yep, and boy, they were misdelivered. See, our company delivers parcels to places all over the continent. But unfortunately, we made an error while we were here in Crossbill. Several packages were listed with incorrect addresses by our staff and sent to the wrong locations. That does sound like a problem. How does such a mistake happen to multiple packages at once? Well, our president's a little bit of a scattered brain, to put it nicely. Don. This isn't the first time something like this has happened either. Well, that's not good for business then. One time he even mixed up a shipping label with a letter from a friend. Yes! You mentioned it! It's the Joshua's letter. Wow, that doesn't sound like your president's the most meticulous person out there. I wouldn't deny it, but he's a good man. When we had nowhere to go, he took us in with open arms. Sorry, I got off topic there. Long story short, I need you to help to straighten out all the packages that ended up at the wrong addresses. Yeah, it was the Joshua's letter to that girl. I forgot her name already. God, she's so hard to remember. I guess it's the character. I forgot her name. Oh well. Yeah, and the Kapua family. The letter is for her and the Kapua's family. So, and he made a mistake. It was shown in the in one of the door in Trails in the Sky the Third. If you bring her to that door. Anyway, we usually have a local shipping company handle the cargo once it gets to Crossville State. So I had no idea where I was going. Sounds simple enough. Do you happen to have a beat on where all those errand deliveries are? Ah, yes, according to what I have here, parcel intended for St. Ursula Hospital ended up at Maine's Der Ziegel Inn. What St. Ursula received instead was originally bound for a private home in the residential district. I'd like for you to go to each of those places, reclaim the misdelivered packages, and get them to the rightful recipients. Oh, you're also going to need this. Fragile package. Shipping label. I take it this is the package that was supposed to go to Der Ziegel, and the shipping label was supposed to be attached to the one that was delivered to St. Ursula. That's right. So first off, deliver this little parcel to Der Ziegel Inn, then the package there should go to St. Ursula Hospital, which means you have to swap them with the more I try to sort this out in my head, the more confusing it gets. Basically, we just need to exchange and redeliver the packages in order. Yes, do that. Sorry, I know this is a mess, but I'm counting on your help. Don't worry, I think we can handle it. Let's start by going to Der Ziegel in Mainz first. This is gonna be a pain in the ass, isn't it? Yes, it will. Alright, let's go. Alright, so Mainz mining.
お安いご用です。お待たせしました。
Hey, if it isn't the kids from the police, you're all looking to book a room with us? Not quite, we came to ask about a case we're working on. Have you received any strange packages recently by any chance? Strange packages? Oh, as a matter of fact, the most peculiar delivery came in earlier. With why anyone thought to send it to us, I couldn't even begin to guess. Do you happen to know something about it? Jackpot. Well, actually. Oh, so that's what happened. So the package we received was supposed to go to St. Ursula then? No wonder it was chock full of scalpels and such. I can only imagine how disconcerting it was when they suddenly arrived. You don't know the half of it. Luca got so spooked she was hell-bent on throwing them out with the trash tomorrow. It's a good thing we made it in time. Here, let me give you the package you were supposed to receive. Thank you very much. Now, let's have a look and see. Yep, these are all Liberalian drinking glasses I ordered a while back. I'm positive this package is ours. Glad to be of service. Now then, could we please have the package that was misdelivered to you? Of course, give me just a moment. So is there an Amazon in this universe? Here you are. I trust you'll get that to the hospital where it should be. Thanks, we will. Alright, let's drop by St. Ursula.
Yosh, どこに行こうかな。さあ、行くぞ。よし、着いたぞ。
Welcome back. What can we do for you today? How about that, Sarah? There's something we need to ask you. It concerns one of our requests. Oh, so that's what the package was. Our nurse admin, Martha, was racking her brain over it. She thought maybe a nurse made a mistake with the purchase order. A mistake, you say? Yes, it happens. Yes, it happens. One of our clumsier nurses has done something to that effect in the past. Multiple times, in fact. Did she now? So does that mean the package is currently at the nurse's station? Yes, it should be. Feel free to go to the second floor and have a look for yourself. Well, here's hoping. It really makes your heart go out to the poor nurse who was falsely accused. Just a little. Anyway, let's head upstairs. I think it's this one, right? Honestly, Saron, you shouldn't be old enough to know better than this. Why is it that you can't even place a simple order without making these mistakes? No. There's gotta be some other explanation. Just ask Meifa. She even watched me put the order together. I mean, sure, it took me 20 tries, but I get the numbers right. But we did it eventually. The things Meifa has to put up with. You're lucky she's so fond of you. Pardon us, did something happen? Oh, hello, SSS. Saron here was tasked with placing an order for medical supplies, but we run into a problem of sorts. The package that arrived didn't have any supplies. Instead, it had some sort of worn-out doll inside. Goddess knows why. Mind you, this isn't Saron's first offense earlier this year. She botched an order of bed sheets too. Oh, come on, why won't you believe me? I'm telling you, I know I got it right. Lloyd, are you thinking the same thing I am? Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. What are you two referring to? Well, we might know a thing or two about what happened here. A missed delivery. So the package we received was never meant for us to begin with? That's right, we're currently in the middle of sorting all out. Would this happen to be the packages you were expecting? It appears so. These are the medical tools I placed an order for. Thank you for coming all this way to deliver them to us. I suppose I owe you an apology, Saron. I hope you can forgive me. I shouldn't have jumped to conclusions like that. Oh, it's all water under the bridge now, as long as you're still not mad at me. Oh, I almost forgot. They should have put it somewhere in here. Yep. Ah, there it is. My new Kagemaru strap. Since we were already placing an order, I figure I might as well add this to the package too. Isn't he just adorable? Saron, perhaps we're going to need to have another talk after all. Sorry to interrupt, but if you wouldn't mind, can we take the package you received by mistake? We'll make sure to get it to the right person. Why, of course. Give me just a moment. Ah, there it is. Be careful with it now. Thanks. We'll take care of it from here. Let's see. According to the shipping label that Aaron gave us, this package was meant for a private address in the residential district. Now, all we have to do is deliver it and request will be complete. The residential district? It must be one of the homes near Speaker McDowell's then. Do you recognize this address, Ellie? Let me take a closer look. I think I do, but this address, if I'm not mistaken, is the empty house to the right of the Representative Campbell's. Wait, isn't that the house people kept saying was haunted 10 years back? Yes, that's the one. The hell? Then what's going on? Is it possible someone moved in recently? I couldn't really say for sure. Only way to find out. Yep. Alright, I'll see you guys there later. Alright, here we are. So I'm guessing it's this one. This is Representative Campbell's home. We don't have any business here, so let's not go bothering him right now. Oh, it's the other one. Oh, it's you fuckers. I don't think anyone's got as much as a handle in this car as you, Reggie. That's why we want you to make you our go-to driver from now on. Oh, you really think I'm that great? Alright then. This is definitely the address. You're right, but the place doesn't exactly feel lived in. Know what I mean? Did someone mess up? Maybe the sender wrote down the wrong address. It's possible. Even if they did, the delivery slip doesn't actually list a recipient, only a destination. Either way, we aren't going to find out anything for sure unless we ask. What's wrong with you? Ah, nothing. Hold on, look. It's open. It was a little ajar, so I thought it might be. Well, we may as well show ourselves in and see if something really did order this. Yeah, I guess so. Excuse us, is anyone home? What did I tell you? No one lives here. But this is definitely the address listed on the delivery slip. The front entrance was unlocked either. Who are you? Huh? A girl? Oh, excuse us, little girl. Are you the only one home? We're here to deliver a package and... Oh, you mean she's finally here? Don't just stand there, come in. The kid was so excited that she didn't even let you finish. Looks to me we found our recipient. She's clearly expecting a delivery after all. That's odd though. If there really was a little girl living here, I'm sure I have heard of it. Don't know what to tell you. You met the squirt 10 seconds ago, same as the rest of us did. So what the hell's going on? I wish I had a good answer for that. But for now, let's follow her in. and see where that leads. Maybe she can give us a better idea of what the story with this place is. Well, here's the package you ordered, I think. Yay, she's finally come home. Upsy daisy. That's one raggedy doll. I think it's one of those famous famous antiques. You know, from the Rosenberg doll. I don't think so. It doesn't look very expensive to me. So this doll, did it used to be one of yours, maybe? She's not an Ed. She's my beloved little sister. Isn't she just adorable? Is she now? Well, thank goodness we were able to reunite the two of you then. Thank you, everyone. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to take her back to our bedroom. Say what? Am I the only one who feels completely lost about this? It doesn't seem like anyone else is home, either. No parents or anything? What's wrong, Tio? Nothing. It was only my imagination, I think. Hey, who's in there? Someone's at the front door now? Another guest, perhaps? Her parents doesn't seem to be home, so maybe we should answer for her. Yeah, good call. Imelda. Well, if it isn't the SSS, and what were you doing in a place like this? Well, we came on police business. What brings you all the way out here from your antique shop? Police business? What the devil for? This house has been completely abandoned for over a decade. As for what I'm doing here, I've been using this building as a warehouse for my merchandise for some time now. What's the matter? If you look like as if you just saw a ghost. Alright, what's the big idea here? Even if Imelda's telling the truth about using this place for a storage space, how do you explain the creepy little girl we just handed the doll to? Good question. We could always ask her ourselves. I'm sure there's perfectly reasonable explanation for this. Right, there has to be. I'm pretty sure she went into that back door just past the living room. What? Are your ears screwed on the right? I just told you no one lives here. What? Where did that little girl go? I think she's hiding somewhere. Lloyd, look at those. Huh? Dolls? I recognize the one we just delivered, but the other one looks just like the girl we spoke to. I think a lot of you owe me explanation here. Wouldn't you say? Now spill it. Or would you rather arrest yourselves for trespassing? I don't think that's how it works, but I'll try to explain. I see. It turns out what he said had a grain of truth in it after all. What are you talking about? I purchased one of those dolls while traveling abroad many years back. They were said to have been crafted to resemble the daughters of a noble family from long ago. They were a set of twins, so 2 dolls were made. Unfortunately, I was only able to get my hands on one of them. There's nothing wrong with the doll per se, but strangely I could never convince anyone to even consider buying it. What does that last part have to do with anything? For a detective, you're astonishingly dim. Damn! The point is, you were made to deliver a second doll, whereupon you came across a mysterious girl who resembles the first. What I'm saying is, perhaps that doll came to life and summoned her twin to her, no? That's ridiculous! A certain man has always insisted to me that every doll has its own destiny. Yeah. Perhaps the old foggy was on to something this whole time. Every doll has its own destiny? I do remember Maester York saying something along those lines. Are you telling us that the girl we spoke to was the ghost of this doll? I refuse to believe it. The veracity of that claim aside, there is a substantial concentration of spiritual energy in this building. I can sense the presence of 3 higher elements too, the way I could at the Moon Temple and Stargazer's Tower. In other words, what we witnessed may have been spiritual phenomenon of sorts. Spiritual phenomenon? That would explain the hair standing up on the back of my neck. Man, this would be a hell of a lot easier if we're all just hallucinating. But if Teotot says that there's something to it, I'm not gonna tell her otherwise. You're kidding, right? I don't want to believe any of this. But it's fun to watch you all shiver and tremble yourself, silly. At the end of the day, whether or not you put any stock into the blatherings of that reclusive doll fanatic is up to you. But one thing is for certain, and that is, now that those sisters are reunited, they can finally find a proper home, by which I mean a prospective buyer. And that's good news for my bottom line. It's always about the money, huh, old back? Anyway, that wraps up this request, I think. Let's go back to and report to that Capua delivery service employee. Right, the sooner we leave this house of horrors, the better. Hey, looks like you managed to get all the packages where they need to go. You guys are lifesavers. Thanks, special sports section. It was no problem. So, not that it's any of my business, but she okay? Her face is kind of pale. It couldn't have been. We didn't talk to her, did we? I guess she's a little bit haunted by the experience. I don't blame her. Give her some time. She'll be fine. Yeah, don't worry about it too much. If you say so. Anyway, I best get going now. If I ever need help in Crossbill again, I'll let you know. Call us anytime. We'll be happy to assist. Oh god. Alright. Let's go back to that house actually. There's something in there. I saw it. Dun, 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 dun. This. Yep. And let's go back in. Thanks for your efforts, SSS. I should be able to find a new home for these dolls. Not to be rude, Imelda, but aren't you the slightest bit afraid of them? Selling a pair of haunted dolls is the sort of thing that can, well, curse a person. How would I ever stay in this business if I was afraid of a few measly ghouls? Besides, my dear girl, do you truly think these are the only potentially haunted items I'm keeping here? Perhaps I could interest you in a ring said to bring misfortune to its owners one after another. I think we'll pass. Perhaps the bizarre collection of items she stores in here is the reason that this place is so saturated with spiritual energy. So in other words, it's the old bag's fault. Makes sense to me. Aw, the dolls was adorable though. I feel like she was so happy when she met her sister. It's adorable. It's that old bag. Alright, let me buy something here too. Yeah. There we go. Tender loving car. Yay, we got it. Alright. So there is a hidden quest, but we're gonna do that next part because, yeah, it's been an hour long. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Hit that like button if you really like this video, and go ahead and subscribe for more Trails to Azure. Stay tuned and stay safe. Later.